some good news and I got some bad news. The good news, I am the bad news. And in this video, we're going all the way to Alaska to check out the Car Audio Alaska 2025 AK Bass Fest. Car Audio Alaska! I know the very first question is Alaska? Yeah, Alaska. The bad news travels fast, so if you want the bad news at your event, there are options available. That's all I'm saying. Before we get too far into this, I want to give a real quick disclaimer. I can't guarantee 100% accuracy, and in fact, I can actually guarantee that it's not going to be 100% accurate. So if you happen to know the correct information, please feel free to leave any questions, corrections, or suggestions in the comments.
Come on, Kiki.
One of the first builds I checked out was Isiah's Monte. He had 4 Bonce AAK 4Ks to power 4 Sundown ZV5 15s. Like, just describing it to you, it's hitting me even more. It's like, I fucked up not getting a demo from that one. Definitely gonna try to get a demo from this one next time because there will be a next time. But anyway, 180.4 for the doors. Some brand X under the hood to keep everything powered. Really clean wiring everywhere, really clean trunk. The stitching on the upholstery and on the roof too, like, just stupid clean. Like, I really dropped the ball not getting a demo from this one. What I couldn't help but notice about the AK Bass Fest was that so many of the cars had the Car Audio Alaska sticker on there. And I was just thinking, like, damn, what if every DaBadNewz viewer had a sticker on their car? That'd be crazy. Anyway. The first demo that I got of the day was from Codie, but the demo that I got from him was in his wife Amber's Yukon. Both of their builds are built by 5150 Audio, as well as some of the other builds that were out there, which is an audio shop out there in Alaska. So if you're out there in Alaska, check them out. She had 10 Avatar STU 15s on 2 Ruthless 10Ks. In the door, she had 4 of the Sky High HD 6.5 coax speakers. 2 brand X alternators under the hood. I really like the sunroof. A lot of people that have sunroofs cover them up, and I really like what they did. I didn't catch how many amp hours it was, but super fat lithium bank in the back. This truck was getting down. The next demo I got was in Codie's Subaru. He had 2 Wolfram Arctic Wolf 4500s for 2 Sundown Compact Neo 18s. He also had 2 Wolfram 6.5s in the doors and some one-off door panels. Also brand X under the hood. Seems to be a theme here. I really like the upholstery in all their builds. It's different colors and it's like done a different way, but it matches enough that like they all tie in together, you know, like that's cool. I like that. Checked out Figgy's Suburban called DemoTime from Team Frozen Frequencies, which is one of the big teams out there. Shout out Team Frozen Frequencies. The first thing I noticed about this build was the 8 Ruthless 8500s in the back. You see something like that, you just know it's gonna be nasty. 8 Resilient Sounds Team 15s and just beating up whoever's in that hot seat.
This is the passenger door, just so you know. That's where it's supposed to be.
With that sealed corner right there. Just, oh my God. That's a demo. Don't sleep on Alaska. They got some crazy ass builds out there. Another pretty strong indicator was the 4 400 amp Mechmans under the hood with the little fans blowing on them and all that. That was like, okay, yeah, this one means business. Let me prepare for this demo before I get it, you know what I mean? Not that I'm necessarily trying to do a build that extreme, but I really like this style of extreme build where they have the stock windshield, but then under it, everything's encaged without touching the shell of the car. Like, the more of those that I sit in, the more I'm kind of like, that looks cool. He also had a couple 8s and some tweeters like on the sides of the car, and I really like that. I like that level of disturbing the peace. It was around that time that Anchorage PD rolled through, because no bass event is complete without the police rolling up. That's just part of the game, you know? Usually, as they were in this situation, things are kind of chill. So I do gotta give a quick shout out to Anchorage PD for, you know, a very by the book interaction, you know what I'm saying?
Can we give APD a round of applause over here?
We appreciate that these days. And obviously, shout out to the organizers for having their paperwork in order. It helps to be able to be like, nope, we got that, we're good. Thank you for making sure we're all safe over here. Have a nice day, officer. It's nice when you can do that. Not at all points in my life have I had the paperwork necessary. Even if you know me, you know why that's funny. I don't even have all that shit now. One of the builds I didn't get much information on whatsoever, this green square body Suburban. Looked like it was two 15s. I couldn't tell which ones, although everybody else out there was repping resilient sounds, so I wouldn't be surprised, but don't quote me on that one. Terrence Big Boss 5K, Down for Sound JP284, Easy DSP, and a little later on, during the mids and highs part of the competition, I saw that when you opened up those doors, that's just like, that's some great presentation. A couple 10s in each door, 4 6.5s, 2 tweeters, 2 horns. Down for Sound, like look like some Sylvesters. But this is a cool build. I like this one. Checked out the Hertz Kilah Camry, also from Team Frozen Frequencies. 2 Ruthless 4500s strapped together on 3 Resilient Sounds 18s. He has 6 Sky High 8s in the driver door, and in the passenger door, he had not even sound deadening, and he was just destroying it. He actually ended up winning some sound deadening in the raffle. Pretty wild demo. And what's cool is I actually got a demo from him like a month previously when I came out to Alaska just to visit. Another one of the builds that was at AK Bass Fest that also pulled up when I came to Alaska just to visit was Brian's Yukon. I didn't actually get a demo from him at AK Bass Fest, so just be aware, I'm gonna show you the demo from when I was on vacation. He had 4 6x9s in the doors, and then 8 Skar ZVX 15s on a DC 9K. And to be honest, I was super surprised it was just the single 9K. Like, that thing was getting down. I don't know what the hell else he got going on in that truck, like, or if he was just hiding the other several 9Ks he got lying around somewhere, but like, that thing was getting down. Couple 6x9s in the center console, 2 Mechman 400 amps under the hood, and then also a stock alternator for the actual truck itself. Some Pioneer 6x9s in the rear windows. I do gotta say that when I was on vacation, it was cool that he had those strobe lights in the front, because I was like in the parking lot like, where's this dude at? And like, I was like, oh, obviously it's the dude in the Yukon with the flashing lights and all that. That's the part of this that I love, is the fun, not exactly street legal, like, I like riding that line, you know? My brand is not DaBadNewz for no reason. I'm out here. And I didn't catch much information on this build, but I do gotta give a quick shout out to Jason in the Team Hertz Feeling Scion XB. Obviously, as a driver of a Scion myself, I feel like I really dropped the ball by not getting a demo and not checking out his build. The only thing I saw was that on the box, it just said,
I didn't build it, hoping for your approval.
That attitude combined with the fact that it was a Scion, I really dropped the ball not getting a demo from that one. And it looked like it had a nice little something in there. Shouts out to the Team Hertz Feeling Scion. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but definitely next time I'm in Alaska at a bass event, I want to get a demo from it, for sure, for sure. If it's a Scion, I'm checking it out. Obviously, I got a place in my heart for those. I didn't choose this on accident. This is like the car I was looking for when I went buying a car. I could not mention that this was actually a competition, and so a lot of the folks were there to meter their cars and to actually compete. I do gotta give a quick little side note on the way that they compete in Alaska. During the actual metering, like, it seems like a lot more people are kind of like spectating, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are actually watching the metering happen. It was just kind of interesting and something I noticed. And this build is literally my biggest regret of the entire event that I didn't get a demo from, only because this is literally the loudest van in Alaska. Dude has the belt and everything, you know. Jake's Chevy Safari from Team Island Boys with the 8 Bonce 3515s on, it looked like 4 of the Bonce amps. I couldn't tell which ones. Definitely dropped the ball not getting a demo in this one because, you know, loudest car in Alaska.
168.9 at 48 Hertz.
I need that demo. Definitely next time though. I will be back in Alaska for a bass event again in the future. I do gotta give another shout out to Kiki in the Tahoe. Pretty sure Kiki was on 4 Resilient Sounds Team 18s, I think. I didn't even catch what amp he had those on, but he had Teramp stickers everywhere, so I'm assuming something from them. Whatever it was very powerful because that thing was getting down. Like, it was a windy demo. The The next demo I got was in Ray's Tahoe from Team Frozen Frequencies. He had a Crescendo bass clef 17K for 2 DC level 6 18s. Looked like 4 PRV tweeters right above the driver and passenger, 2 PRV 6.5s and some custom speaker pods, and then 2 3.5 bolted to the door. Because hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. We support that around here. He had 2 Brand X alternators under the hood to power the lithium banks that he had behind the rear doors, and just a really clean layout. He also had a couple Crescendo 4000.4s for the doors. Do you even bass, bro? I like those stickers.
I just get paid.
And aside from all these really cool Car Audio Alaska stickers that he had, I also noticed he had this other really cool sticker. If you want to get your own DaBadNewz stickers, there's links down in the description, and you can also check out shop.dabadnewz.com, which is spelled out kind of like in this general area somewhere. I have new colors coming soon, and I'm actually running out of the colors that I have now, so be on the lookout for the new colors, especially for the ladies.
That's awesome.
But yeah, shouts out to Ray for adding a sticker. Honestly, when I see those stickers on builds, that means so much, man. That support is crazy. I honestly really appreciate that. The next demo I got was from Daniel's crazy ass Suburban build called King Kong Hertz. Also repping Team Frozen Frequencies. 4 Crossfire XT 16Ks for 8 Resilient Sounds Team 18s. 3 Brand X alternators with the fans blowing. These like stupid clean doors with the acrylic and all that, with 2 Crossfire 6.5s, a couple B2 3.5s and tweeters in the doors. I'm not sure if the tweeters were B2, but I know the 3.5s were. And this is another one of those demos that definitely falls in the do as I say, not as I do category, because I didn't get this demo until after he'd actually blown the windshield. Definitely some power in this one. Definitely getting down a little bit. Shouts out to Daniel. Not only did he blow his windshield at the event, but he still gave me a demo afterwards. And to anybody wondering if it's like dangerous or whatever, yeah, you shouldn't get a demo in a car that has a broken windshield without everything taped up and vacuumed and all that kind of stuff.
It blew a hole through his hat.
I do not recommend doing that. I make the mistake so you don't have to. I will say that if you choose to make the mistake of getting a demo from a car with broken glass, just be careful. Glass is literally flying around the car. The glass that was already broken and the new glass that's being broken by the base. So don't do it, but if you're gonna do it, please take the necessary precaution. Another build that I checked out last time when I came for vacation was Donovan's full DC SQL Avenger. 2 DC level 3 12s with level 4 soft parts on a DC 2K, some carbon fiber 8s in the rears, and then carbon fiber 6.5s and some Neo tweeters in the front doors. And I gotta give a shout out to him again, man, because like the demo that I got from him when I came out on vacation, that was literally the first demo that I got in Alaska, so. Shouts out to Donovan for that one. And just a super clean build, like the box and all that kind of stuff, very clean, very nicely done. The last actual demo that I got of the day was from Luka in the Team Frozen Frequencies Bass Ranger.
Holding it at 160.
He had 3 Teramps 12Ks for 6 Resilient Sounds Team 18s. And one of my favorite things about his build is not only was it getting down like crazy, but it's a DIY build, and we love that. We super love that. Had no problem snatching my hat off like real easily. Like that was a windy demo. That thing was nasty. Two PRV DSPs, 2 Brand X alternators, sky high alternator bracket, door pods and purpose build, you know, like I love shit like that, man. Checked out Michael's BassPedition with the Teramps 20K on 4 SSA Evil 18s. I didn't get a chance to check this one out in very much detail because he was actually kind of like running the event and all that kind of stuff, so. But shout out to him for the event, man. And even though he wasn't at this event, I'm gonna feature Trey's Hyundai Elantra just because he was the second demo that I got in all of Alaska, because he actually showed up when I just like posted randomly in the Facebook group asking for a demo when I was out here on vacation. Definitely gotta give a big shout out to Trey. He had a FI SP4 18.
Terra amps base 3K, and then all those other amps are for my mids and highs in the back.
There was just amps strapped everywhere on the inside of this thing. He had a Wolfram stunt wall with 4 tweets, 4 8s, 2 10s. And I'm not exactly sure how everything was wired up, but there was like a Hyphonics Brutus in there, Austin SR 4.5, a Sony Explode, Kenwood. There was just so much stuff in there. So I'm not exactly sure how everything was wired up and where everything was going, but I love the, you know, if there's a spot for a speaker or an amp, put a speaker or an amp right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that kind of shit. That just like, it's its own little unique flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like that I love. He did a distance test and his little stunt wall in the back gets down. Big shout out to Trey for coming through on such short notice when I just happened to be in town last time. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, you should definitely check out this video, which is from when I went to Made of Steel, which is one of the biggest car audio shows in Florida, and honestly one of the biggest car audio shows that there is. Definitely check out that video if you're interested in this kind of stuff. With all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one. So I'll see you DaBadNewz first. Skirt!